In St. Johns County tonight, a large road is planned in St. Augustine, but one woman with a history background says it could be built right on the top of graves of enslaved people. We're talking about black slaves, for example. First Coast News reporter Jessica Clark talks about her concerns.
Used to be Florida Memorial College.
And before this property at West King Street and Holmes Boulevard in St. Augustine used to be a college campus.
This had been plantations going back to the British period. And
in the 1800s, it was known as the largest sugar plantation in the area.
It would have been hundreds of acres. He had 75 slaves.
Leslie Keys knows this because
I did a lot of the research on the plantations 20 years ago.
That's when she ran a historical museum, and now she's a historic preservationist. She's concerned that a new road that's planned would be built on or disturb the graves of the enslaved people most likely buried on the plantation sites here. The new beltway that the Department of Transportation calls State Road 312 and most locals know as 313 would be built beyond the intersection, but Keys says the road would most likely run over the old plantations.
I kept expecting some kind of report, study to comment on the remnants of at least one plantation. Where was Hanson's sugar chimney, of which there are 2 pictures?
First Coast News asked the Florida Department of Transportation about inspections of the property. A spokesperson responded, as normal practice, the department evaluated the project limits and found no findings of a cemetery.
I've talked to dozens of historians and archaeologists as well. There has to have been a graveyard here.
She would like there to be a more extensive historical site inspection.
So what if another inspection was done on the property and graves were located? What happens then?
It doesn't stop the work permanently. It stops the work long enough to do what is required under federal law, to not desecrate human graves.
Most likely, if bodies were found, they would be buried in a nearby cemetery.
I just think this is a piece of our history that we need to address and deal with and be honest about before the road goes through.
In St. Augustine, Jessica Clark, First Coast News on your side.